I want you to meet my husband. This is Juan Jorge Stromsdorfer.
Hello.
He has reluctantly agreed to let me interview him as a homeschool dad so that you could see a father's point of view. So, first question for
Yes.
you is, when we first started homeschooling, what was your first thought?
I was concerned just because it was something new. You see, my culture, that doesn't happen. So yeah, my first impression, I was concerned on how we
So,
were going to do it.
perfect. Well, it's been 17 years. Now, what do you think of homeschooling?
I love it. And the reason why I say that is because there's many parts that I love. One is my kids are being taught by their mom. They're learning their mom's values. And I married her because of her values. And that's something my dad taught me. My mom was always at home. We did go to school, but my mom, her first priority was to educate us, to be with us, to teach us. And so having my dad put that example, um, it it helped me realize how important my wife's influence is in my kids. And so as they spend more time at home, they get more of those values from their mom. That's one thing. And I also like that my kids get to learn what they love. I I think one of the points of homeschooling is to love learning. And when they learn what they like, they want to learn more. So those are some things.
Love it. Okay. As a homeschool dad, what involvement do you currently have with that?
I believe all dads have a big involvement in homeschooling, and by that I mean when when dads do what they like to do, they they share that with their kids. Some I think some dads do, um, say, works around the house or work on the car, or um, I like space, so I see a lot of videos and movies about space, so that's part of my involvement. I Even when we play a board game, we're teaching kids things, and I think it's less of what we say, is more of what we do. How I treat my wife, how I treat my mom. So I think they learn both by watching, by being there, and by listening.
So you work from home.
I
He,
do.
he hasn't always, by the way, just the last few years. So you work from home. How are you handling working from home with the homeschooling and the kids around all the time?
Very good question. I do have an office
Yes.
with a door. So when that is in meetings, I close the door and they don't come in. But one thing that I've enjoyed has been, when they wake up in the morning, they come to my office, and then they play there. So I have toys there, and then they play there. And we have a large house, and where can you find the kids is in my office by me, almost all the time.
It's true.
But they know when dad needs to concentrate, I ask them to leave, and then they come back, and then sometimes we play a game for 10-15 minutes, or we read a book for a few minutes, and then I go back to work. So it has kept me more involved in their lives, more involved in the learning, more involved just being around them, which I enjoy.
So what is the main advice you would give to another homeschool dad who's just getting started?
Embrace it. You'll love it. I think if you share who you are, what you love, many of them will love the same things you love. I have one boy that loves what I like, and so there's things that I share with them that I cannot share with my girls. Um, But I think if you share more of yourself and more of the things that you love, they will learn from you, from your example, and from the things you love.
Very nice. Oh, one last question. What would you tell other dads or recommend to how to best support their wives during the homeschooling? What's the best thing you can do as a husband for your wife? Keep it clean.
I think trust them. I believe moms are inspired to know what each child needs. And so by us trusting our wives, to trusting that they are inspired to educate them and to teach them, that brings a great relief and comfort to me, and confidence that they will learn, and they will learn what they need to learn. And because I believe my wife is inspired to know what each child needs at the time they need it. So trust them.
Thank you. He was not planned. I didn't make him do any of this. I sprung each question on him. So each one of these is fully heartfelt. And I'm so grateful. Thank you for doing this for me. So come join our homeschool group. We're here to help you and guide you. And we want to help you to have the same peace and happiness that we have in our home. And we're happy to hold your hand to get it done.